Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of the Think Broad podcast. We are excited to broadcast from the beautiful Met right here in the Grand South. And before I introduce today's guest, I just want to remind you to please subscribe and comment. Nothing we love more than a community that's engaged and informed. So join us. And with that, hello.
Hi, Shalimar.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks so much for having me
Thanks
here.
for being here. I really appreciate it. And how about you start with introducing yourself and what you do?
Sure. I'm Karen Fegely. I am the Director of Commerce for the City of Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. I've been with the Commerce Department for a number of years, carrying out our economic development strategy, and I'm just thrilled to be continuing this work under the leadership of Mayor Parker.
Wait, how long have you been with Commerce? You've been for a while. Do you remember how many years you've been with
I do. It's not,
You do?
It's not that long that I don't remember. It's just long enough that I don't like to say it. But yeah, no, I've actually been at Commerce for 18 years.
18 years?
Yep.
So what was the journey like?
It's been great. I've really spent my career doing community and economic development. I had been at PIDC previous to that, which many know is sort of a sister agency to Commerce.
Yeah.
So, but when I started at Commerce, it was to run some small business programs.
Oh.
And I ran the storefront improvement program, which is still one of our staple programs today.
I'm learning new things about you today.
Yeah. At the time, we had there was a commercial corridors bond issuance. Mm-hmm. I'm going back, right?
Yeah.
So this was under Mayor Street.
Uh-huh.
And so I carried out a lot of the programs that were under that. But it gave me a great basis for the work we do to help businesses, big and small, across the city. Commerce is, we're here to grow, start, attract businesses, but that also involves taking care of our city and working with our cultural institutions and our educational institutions. And so being here all these years and kind of moving up and through the department has given me great experience.
And now the director, or are you still acting? Or
Yes, I am the acting director, right, filling in, yes.
Do we have news? Is that going to be permanent? Is that,
there's no way to do this job except to do the job, and that's what I will do I serve at the pleasure of the mayor.
Yes, a true servant.
Yes.
I appreciate that. And again, congratulations on this. I know I told you already but I'm very excited to have you in this role. And I'm very, very excited for you to talk more about what the Department of Commerce does in general.
Sure.
Yeah, and some of the programs and initiatives that you offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Go.
So our Commerce Department, again, we're here to grow our city's economy and to do it in an inclusive way. Mayor Parker always talks about access to economic opportunity for all, and that's sort of the basis for that's our guiding strategy.
Yeah.
We do, our department really focuses on making an environment that is good for business, right, throughout the city. And I know we can talk more about that with our Taking Care of Business program, but we also have programs that are for businesses, particularly aimed at smaller businesses. We have a lot of access to capital grant programs. We also help them with a lot of business coaching. We fund a lot of our partners that are in the city. We have so many great resources in the city with folks that offer training and education and capacity building and loans to very small businesses. And so we work with all of those partners to try to build those resources. We have a team that is here to answer any question any business has, really hold their hand through the city processes. And then we also have a team that's all about business development, helping our city grow, attracting companies, helping companies that are here to really grow and make that commitment to stay here and invest in Philadelphia. We focus on those strong employers, the ones that provide quality jobs for Philadelphians. Again, but getting back to that inclusive growth, we want to grow our city in a way that benefits everyone here.
Yeah, and talk a little bit more about the ways you work with organizations like the North Broad Renaissance.
We rely very heavily on organizations like the North Broad Renaissance. So we carry out a commercial corridor strategy. That's a pretty proven strategy. It's sort of based on the National Main Street model, and in Philadelphia we look at supporting, number one, organizations. Right, we just recognize that that kind of work, neighborhood economic development work, happens at the neighborhood level.
Yep.
It's different to have, as much as we are an accessible government that you can see, touch, and feel, there's difference of having somebody in your own community, having somebody like you at the North Broad Renaissance being the boots on the ground to talk to businesses and get the word out. And so we recognize the value of building up and supporting organizations like yours. So part of it's about that capacity in the neighborhood. Part of it is about the actual services to the businesses that I kind of mentioned, making sure businesses have what they need. And then the other part, the information, the access to capital, the contracts, connections, all the things you need to really grow your business.
The Amazing Catalyst program, that was game changing when the Commerce Department introduced that.
Yeah. Thanks. That was, again, under Mayor Parker's leadership to do something new that was game changing. That was the intent. So the Catalyst Fund is available to sort of any business in Philadelphia that is on a growth path. And that might be from the very small to the very big. You know what I mean? And
that helps them purchase a property, right? Or
Catalyst can be anything you need to grow. So it's funding towards, just funding towards whatever your growth plan is. If it's equipment,
if it is actual acquisition.
And we are also encouraging that acquisition, that wealth building. We recognize that when areas are growing, like North Broad, right?
Businesses.
You want Philadelphians to feel some of that ownership. And so we are encouraging and trying to get more resources for businesses to buy their own properties.
And I always say gentrification hits businesses too. If you're a renter, you're vulnerable. It doesn't matter if you're residential or commercial, right? And so the more you can own, the better you can experience growth in a community. No, absolutely. And then also, it helps you think about your succession planning as a business. We have some workshops right now on succession planning, getting businesses to think about what's next, even if it's way down the road, because people don't like to think about that. But it's necessary.
What's next? And if you own your property, it makes that a whole different situation, right? So that's one of the things we're encouraging people to look at. Take advantage of some of these resources that can help you with down payment costs or get your finances together so that you're in a position to do that.
And some of the best businesses that have really been successful was handed down because someone, maybe not even in the business, not in the family, I should say, but someone is looking to retire and they just want to give their business to somebody. And people have really made out well with those types of transition plans.
Absolutely. There's even some great success stories of employee ownership models, right? Where the owner hands it down to an employee or a group of employees. I mean, that's just, it's such a great way to grow your career into your future.
And then let's get into the amazing PHL TCB Taking Care of Business program that the North Broad Renaissance were beneficiaries of that program, and talk about how and why it was important for commerce to be a part of that and connecting. Well, first, because I don't want to assume that everybody's watching knows what it is. So let's talk about what the program is, cleaning. You'll share more about that. And then let's connect the dots, because that's so important to connect the dots between cleaning and commerce and business attraction and quality of life and how that all plays into economic development. So first talk about the actual program and what it is.
So PHL Taking Care of Business is at its heart a cleaning program, right? But it's about cleaning our commercial corridors in a way that ensures that they are safe, clean, and attractive to invite shoppers and customers and employees to come to our commercial corridors, our neighborhood shopping districts. But it is more than that, right? We've expanded into, there's a vacant lot component, there's this and that, but there's also, it employs folks from the neighborhoods. In many cases, from the neighborhoods where they are cleaning, right? These are people that live there. And
low barrier to entry jobs.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly it. Low barrier to entry, but with possibility.
For growth,
For growth. So we're paying, the city's living wage, at least. Some of our folks are paying more than that. And there's training and there's recognition. We have a pep rally every year. I know that sounds silly. But really,
the pep rally is fun.
How many other jobs do you get where there's a pep rally just to, thank you for what you do and celebrate you? And it's so important because what a hard job they have, right? To be out there in all kinds of weather, all kinds of conditions.
Yes.
But beyond the pep rally is super fun. But There are training opportunities throughout the year, so they can get credentials and certificates and really sort of build up. And then there's some connections and pathways into city employment or other opportunities.
Yeah.
And you ask a great question, like because we've asked ourselves this, like why is the Commerce Department running a cleaning program? So let's get back to
it connects, right?
It does. It does. You can't. I mean, when we go out and talk to businesses, which is the base level of what we do, we want to be, talk to businesses, find out what their needs are. Business people know how to run their business, right? What they need is help with everything else. And if there's trash, litter on the ground outside, too much for them to clean up, because we do encourage people, sweep out front when you can. But sometimes, it's just, they need that kind of help. And by providing that, through the Commerce Department, we're working with those community groups, like North Broad Renaissance, so I talked before. So we're building that capacity in the community, rather than just coming in and doing it for you. You know, this way it really is from the community, by the community. The businesses feel a part of it. The nearby residents are doing the jobs. They're building relationships with the people that are with the business owners. And it's been a great success. And we're so happy to be able to keep it going. And it's allowed us not just to have relationships with with so many corridors, but to actually have funding contracts with so many corridors.
And you see the difference across the city.
Absolutely.
And not to say nothing for the pep rally, but it's something to see all of the communities there, and we all have our different colors, and it's so colorful, and it just speaks to the magnitude of this program and how it's growing and the impact that it has.
It really does. We're up to, I believe there's 410 corridor ambassadors employed by the program this year. I was just
that's amazing.
One of our long-term streets department, one of the supervisors in our streets department, he just said he's never seen, and he was talking about North Broad actually. He said, since TCB, North Broad has just never looked better. It is just so clean. It's remarkable. So people notice on the regular basis. But I thought I'd throw you that one. That's a real quote.
Shout out to TWB who manages that, and to
they do
Trina,
a great job.
who does an amazing job.
I'm so glad you mentioned Trina, because that's the other component of this program I didn't mention.
Growth, right?
Is some of our groups have their own employees, right? Like a community development corporation will hire people and they'll clean. But many of them are contracting with local firms like TWB. Those firms have grown so much because they're getting these huge opportunities. So we're not only supporting the businesses on the, that are right there. We are supporting these other Philadelphia-based businesses with city contracts. It's fantastic.
And I'm so proud of Trina, and to think about, we were her
the best.
First outdoor cleaning contract.
Really?
And
you got her started.
Yeah, I remember our interview, and that's just a testament to the program and how it can grow and how it can grow businesses, because I don't know, I'm throwing out numbers, but she went from a team of like 6, let's say 6. Sorry, Trina, if I got this wrong. This is just an example. But now to a team of like 60 or something, you know what I mean? And it starts with just opportunity and providing opportunities right here in the neighborhood. She was located right here in North Philly. She hires from North Philly. So that's one of our favorite stories of impact.
Absolutely.
Another one of our favorite stories that came out of the cleaning initiative is one of our cleaners, and she'll be at our State of North Broad. And she, her name is Marquita, and she was cleaning around Wallace Street, like that area where the Laborers Center is. And she was always on her job, always there, always polite, always, and those soft skills that people really don't pay attention to, but the laborers paid attention to it, and they needed a new receptionist, right? And because they always saw her out on the
reliable
corridor,
right?
She was always there. She was always pleasant. They hired her for that job. So she went from cleaning the corridor, having that exposure, making that connection to an employer, to now working as a receptionist with one of our local businesses
Love
in the
it.
corridor. And so, and she's still there. She's been there forever, and she loves it. And she just got like a promotion or something. So she's growing in that
Right.
job. You know what I mean?
Well,
so,
because she's the kind of person
Yeah.
that got noticed. She's
because of just
she's
being,
got chops to continue to grow.
Right,
She's going to do
right.
well.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love that story.
Yeah.
I don't know if my colleagues know that, but
Yeah,
we'd love to interview
yeah.
her and
Absolutely,
something.
you
and
should absolutely
promote
interview
that
Marquise. She
story.
talks about it all the time, and she's going to share more at the State of North.
Oh, good.
Because
Okay.
I was there, and she was telling somebody,
it.
and I was like, I never get sick and tired of this story, and she
Right.
was telling somebody. It's
Yep.
such a great story. But
yeah, and we do have a number of those from around the city, folks.
Absolutely.
Just by it's because it is such a outward-facing job.
Yeah.
You're getting noticed by people.
Yep. People go, and you get to make connections.
Yep.
I would say that before people knew about the North Broad Renaissance as an organization, they knew about our guys in orange. When we would talk, we would say, "Oh, we're the North Broad Renaissance," and we had banners up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we
right.
had banners.
But it was the
And we
guys
would-
in orange.
We would be standing under the banner asking someone, "Do you know about the North Broad Renaissance?" And they were like, "No, they don't know." And then we said, "Well, our guys in orange." "Oh yeah, we know the guys in orange." So they knew about our cleaning team before
Yeah,
they knew about
yeah.
us. So that says a lot about how important and vital cleaning is to a community.
It does, and things like uniforms,
Yeah.
right? Like that's been
Oh,
a huge
yeah,
part of
yeah,
TCB.
Yeah.
Is making it clear
Yep.
that these folks are out here
Yeah.
and they're part of something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes everyone feel good about it. The ambassadors themselves, as well as everybody that
Yep.
sees them,
Yep.
makes them feel really proud. So the uniforms have been really important
Yeah.
to implement.
Yeah. We're really big on our orange and our branding.
I know you're good at that. And I just want to comment because you said as we started this conversation that you're a beneficiary of TCB, which I mean you are, but you're a partner. Like that's these stories you're telling.
Yeah. That's a
We
great
can't.
point. Yeah.
That's the whole point. Is
That's a
we
great point.
can't do TCB without partners
Yeah.
like North Broad Renaissance.
Yeah.
We need you to carry that work out on the ground, and it's not always an
Yeah.
easy contract. We know that. We expect a lot.
But
But-
the contracting aspect has gotten so much better.
Oh,
the
good.
contracting aspect has really gotten so much better. So kudos to your team. You have a
Love to hear
fabulous
that.
team. And how long have we been working together? Like 12 years?
You and I?
Yeah,
Yes.
12 years since I came to North Broad, right?
Yeah,
So 12,
and I knew you before
almost
then,
12
too.
years. Did you?
You were at the
At
chamber.
the chamber. That's right.
But you've been 12 years here.
12 years next year. Next year it'll be 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and I grew up together.
I
I just grew up a little more faster or
I-
something.
But all that to say,
I mean, I'm older. I don't mean something else.
I know. I still am learning about all the things that
Yeah.
commerce does. Every single day, I'm like, oh, commerce does this. Oh, this person does this. Oh, commerce does this. So it really is a magnitude of services and
Yeah.
resources that you provide to businesses along throughout Philadelphia, not just along North Broad. And so thank you for that. And I wanted to get back to the connection between cleaning and businesses,
Yep.
because the two really do go hand in hand. And what message can we send to the community behind the responsibility of helping to keep communities clean and the impact that has, the economic impact that has on Philadelphia as a whole?
I mean,
And
that's
I ask this question because of this. I'll tell you why I ask this question,
Yeah.
because it blows my mind that, and I'm not saying we'll never need cleaners. We will always need people out to support cleaning, but so much of money is spent on human behavior.
yeah.
Right? The simple fact that you refuse to throw that trash in a trash can. So much money is spent
Yeah.
on human behavior. And it's a huge impact on our businesses and on
Yep.
economic development and on business attraction, the type of businesses
Yeah,
that you have
for
coming
sure.
to you. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'm not here. I can't solve human behavior,
Right,
right?
right,
And one thing,
right.
and then I'm just thinking how then there's even money spent on studies to study human behavior, right? To tell us that more trash cans doesn't equal less
just go down
trash
a
and
rabbit
things like
hole.
you're like, whoa, what, blowing my mind. But
But
I
mainly
think
around the
I think there's a lot
economic
around
impact.
right around pride.
Yeah.
And feeling connected, right? And then that it certainly does lead to economic impact.
Yeah.
I mean, whether we're talking about, Center City or Frankfurt or, you know, Southwest, like wherever you are, an area that is cared for is an area that people want to invest in, right?
That's right.
And that investing means opening a business there, looking for jobs there, right? Just creating that kind of opportunity. It's got to look cared for.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I don't know that we don't mind, like, programs like TCB are great, and they're always going to help things happen. Right. But in the perfect world, we also, our citizens feel just as responsible. Our citizens and our business owners and our employees and the folks that are coming through on the bus and you know, are coming to work every day. You want everyone to feel that kind of that ownership and pride. You know, we're looking to do more because TCB is such a great story. We're going to be doing more, telling that story, right? Trying to get it out there in the world more. And with the hopes too that it triggers something, you know, in folks. Our Office of Clean and Green in the city has really been putting a lot into this, obviously, and doing what we can as far as enforcement goes. You know, there's some new efforts around, you know, stopping short dumping, enforcing against that, because I get it. People don't necessarily feel personally
Another great
responsible.
Initiative with the short dumping and the tires, and that is a fantastic initiative.
Absolutely.
We could go on and on.
We could, but all those things complement each other is the point, right? And the city's got to do what it can. If we expect, you know, if you want individuals to feel at all compelled, I want to know that that sort of the bigger stuff's getting taken care of. And
that's true.
So I think, we're, you know, city departments are really committed to continuing this. It's continuous improvement, right? Like, and I don't know that we'll ever say check done. Right.
But we can't say check better.
Or like, and this program is working. And so, yes, this is the thing we'll continue to do. This is the thing we'll continue to do. Yeah.
I asked all of our guests this question.
Okay.
What does hashtag Think Broad means to you?
I love it. And it speaks to you are a marketing genius, Shalimar. Seriously, I'm like, oh, that's a great one. When the first time I saw it. No, really, I think it's great. I think it can mean a lot of things, right? I mean, think broad. Broad Street is our thoroughfare, and as much as, and I'm all about the neighborhoods, right? But like Broad Street, Market Street, these are our main thoroughfares that define our city. And the truth is, they do go through the neighborhoods. That's the whole point, right? We
connect with 8 just in our coverage area.
There you go, right? All the, from River to the edge of the city, through every through many neighborhoods, right? And they really just reflect the city. So in one way, I think it's that. I think it's how it's a reflection of all the communities that are around Broad Street. But it also lends itself to like possibility, right? Think broad. I mean, and again, on Broad Street, I mean, you've got cultural institutions, educational institutions, all these neighborhoods, big business, investment, all of these great things happening. Got City Hall right at the middle of it too. And we want to very much be partners in thinking broad. Thank
you so much again for being here. This was
Thank you.
fun.
Yeah.